Well, time to go and look at this hellscape of Lothric High Wall. There's probably something like a castle or city of Lothric or something. This part of the city or whatever place looks like a high wall, looks like a bombed hellscape. And there's also some sort of big dragon lurking about, so I have no interest of going anywhere but the straightest route forward. Thinking the straightest route is not necessarily the most bravest way to go, but it may usually be of the more practical choices. Take the lift down, and of course prepare to face an ambush of very over-eager henchmen. I don't know, are they some sort of soldiers or just local inhabitants who have taken the habit of taking whatever sharp objects there is and killing everybody they don't like. Possibly something like a combination. Locals drafted to do guard's duty. But those guys with shields and swords, they are not. They are real deal. They're soldiers or warriors or whatever. Real deal in level of danger and viciousness. But they are also going to be backstabbed and killed. So, time to get going. And go through these magnificent double doors to... So I guess this is the main entrance to the castle. And who might she be? Let's have a chat.
Ah, the wait has been long, unkindled one. I am Emma, High Priestess of Lothric Castle.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Allow me to speak frankly. You will not find the Lords of Cinder here. They have left, gone, to their journey homes, converging at the base of this castle. Head to the bottom of the high wall, forge on through the great gate, and raise this banner to proceed.
Oh, so this is not the place to go.
This farewell gift is for you. It is the insignia of an old covenant. If you fear trespassers, dark spirits drawn by the embers, then etch this upon your heart, and the old Concord will beckon noble blue sentinels to hunt these foul spirits.
Ah, way of the blue.
Unkindled one, head to the high wall's base. Go through the great gate and raise this banner to proceed.
Alright.
Beware. The dog keeps a close eye on things.
What is...
The vile watchdog of the Boreal Valley.
Oh, that looks like some sort of foreshadowing.
Unkindled one, go through the vile...
Well, thanks for telling me that this direction is nothing very grand place. This is nothing but a red herring if you go to Lothric. I guess I have to start wandering up even bigger ones, and this guy, the Blue Knight with red eyes, is more dangerous than the red clad knights. Red eyes of course mean that he is more dangerous, he can take more damage, and he damn certainly will do more damage than the red ones. Meaning, but luckily they fight practically the same way, so they don't give much of surprises that way. And they have very powerful souls. So time to go and check Go from here, and here's another of the Red Knights. And as it can be seen, Dark Souls 2 is fast-paced, or at least enemies are fast. They are merciless in attack and very unyielding when they defend, which, and you can say, the things Miyazaki experimented on in Bloodborne are quite strongly present here, but I guess this is the place where to go. And there's a big, no, some sort of doors. Well, time to open them. Wearing an old shabby armor and equally battered helmet, and being an old man. I guess that's the watchdog from the Boreal Valley. Northern Valley, of course, Boreal. And it's a dog. To the maze. And it's, well, Vord of the Boreal Valley. The first boss fight, true boss fight of Dark Souls 3. And like every other boss fight, or at least most boss fights of Dark Souls games in general, he can kill you very fast if you give him an opportunity for it. And he's very happy to get those opportunities, make them to himself by attacking you real fast. And of course, being a immensely fast bastard makes him very dangerous. And now he just got angrier. And that means he just got crazier, angrier, and meaner. So luckily that ice speed attack gives me a good chance to chop off his ass to shred. He went down. Soul of Boreal Valley Ward. And I have become embered again. And the downside of being embered is the fact that you may get invaded when you are embered. So I think I'm gonna actually get rid of this embering once I get here, but time to raise the banner and get down from the high wall and to some other place, possibly to wherever the lords are. Well, those creatures look like those things which carried chosen undead to Aran Orlando. I guess some kind of gargoyle travel system is still available. And that was actually actually it wasn't smooth. It was quite smooth transition to Undead Valley. And interestingly, or Undead Settlement, that is to say. I guess being undead, mindless curse still means you have some sort of craving towards social interaction and sense of normalcy and or that kind of thing, that being mindless undead means you still want to pretend to be human or something. But settlement has a wall and it looks quite ramshackle, shabbily constructed. There's a door, big gate, and the walls don't look too well maintained. They are quite crumbly down. What are you dog doing there? Don't attack people. That's mean. I don't like you, all kind of things. Attacking defenseless, whatever, zombie like undead. Of course, being that everybody's undead means that, well, some are more zombie-like. I guess those who have gone to really bad depression about their pointless existence and just do nothing but wander around, trying to do things, and, well, maybe think some sort of sanity. And here are those pilgrim-looking dudes which were seen in intro.
Please, grant me death. Undo my shackles.
Oh, what's that? Oh, it was not that. Oh, there's one pilgrim who...
Oh, then it's true. A champion of Ash as I live and breathe.
You don't live. No, none of us lives.
Is a great honor. I am Yol of Londor, a pilgrim, as you can see, only somehow I failed to die as was ordained. Well, perhaps my calling lies elsewhere.
You just noticed that you are undead.
Champion of Ash, how does the idea of taking me into your service strike you? I was once a sorcerer. Surely I can be of use.
Well, sure, whatever.
Oh, I am honored, truly. I should be dead, yet you have granted me purpose anew.
I don't know.
I, Yol of Londor, do solemnly swear myself to you.
Oh, that's nice, and I don't know how you traveled away from this place. But there are lots of pilgrims, and they were something like wandering towards the pit. I guess this was some kind of mass suicide they were doing, and they were all failing in it. I guess this bridge was leading to Lothric or something, and it's collapsed. Most likely so, that the pilgrims thought that within Lothric they will find whatever redemption there is and grow there, but the bridge had collapsed long from time, or just someone had broken it, and they couldn't do anything. And big impressive gate, but it's not much more efficient if you cannot open it from outside. If you can open it from in and outside, it's not as effective obstacle for enterprising undead like myself. Well, time to light the bonfire and do some wandering around it and shaving up and all that stuff. Well, returning to Firelink Shrine just to see what kind of things there are. There has appeared this weird ass dude in here who looks very grim, so let's have a chat with him.
Ah, there you are. I was thinking.
Oh.
You know I'm a petty thief.
Yes, I know, you look like one.
Perhaps I'll go on the prowl. Everyone's dead or hollowed away anyway, right? So I might as well fetch some weapons or treasure for you. Well, what do you say?
Well,
Thank you.
go.
You will not be disappointed.
I hope so.
Grey Rat the Thief was once a well-known name. Until I ended up rotting in a cell.
So I guess you want it to be a great name again, even though in this world there doesn't seem to be much of sane or even moderately sane folks. I'll chat with you.
Oh, our champion of Ash. Welcome home. This pilgrim, with a debt in death, hardly deserves to behold this divine flame.
Well, actually...
And I never would have, had you not taken me into your service.
Champion Ashran one ain't anything about of the real of fire. He's just a remnant of one. But what is this draw out through strength?
Then shall we begin? Bearer of the dark sign.
Oh, now I can become a true undead.
Shine.
Which meaning I can get 3 levels from him, although there's a bit of a catch, but it's just a bit of a catch.
As I have said, I was once a sorcerer. Alas, the
But
magic
now
of
I
London is a
have
far
the dark
cry from
sign.
the wonders of Vinheim. But I can teach you what I know.
So what's Londor mean, Anor
More
Halondo?
importantly, I believe that I can help tease out your true strength.
Yep, that's what you
We
said.
pilgrims of Londor are keenly aware that those branded by the dark sign possess something quite special.
So that is the why I became a now bear the dark
As I
side.
have said, alas, but I will weep that those
What do you have for sale? Sorceries.
be safe.
He had sorceries for sale. So it's time to head now to the undead settlement and go and loot, raid and pillage through it. And thus I am now about to go and raid through this place, or better say show the path through it, and as in has been more or less my policy of this Let's Play series, or one, however you want to count it, is that I actually do some reconning and looting work beforehand, and so you cannot expect to see this is as some sort of extreme guide of how to find everything. And mostly because there already is such guides, probably more than enough on this world and YouTube generally. So, and of course in written form as well, so I think I don't have any reason to do once more again about it. But yeah, these guys are not Grey Rat. They look like him, but they are not him. I guess From Software just recycled, I guess that's the word, recycled one of their character models or enemy models, and yeah, let's make it a real character in a game. Well, yeah. But these are the good old-fashioned torch and pitchfork wielding peasants. Of course, not all of them have pitchforks. Some of them carry those big choppy blades. And instead of torches, some of them seem to carry lanterns. But the general look and appearance is the same, and I guess they are the... But this is the undead settlement. And of course there's the... And that big lady is called the Evangelist, and I guess she's some sort of creature. Well, she is damn certainly dangerous enough, more dangerous than the goons around her. But Yeah, oh yeah, she is actually a representative of the dominant religion of Lothric, and I guess that Lothric religion has some sort of basic instruction of kill everybody on sight, or something like I'm not. It's something like shoot everybody on sight, or pound them with whatever there happens to be handy, guns being non-existent in this. Oh yeah. In this universe there are no firearms invented, although explosives seem to have been invented. Nobody seems to count 2 and 2 together. But those are ugly critters. And more thieves attacking me from above. And the red-eyed peasant attacking me. Being dangerous. But it's very easy to notice that in Dark Souls 3 we could say that during the whole Dark Souls series the game becomes more offensive and more dangerous. But as in that you can play quite efficiently defensive style of tanking and shield and armor in Dark Souls 1 and even in 2, at least to some point, but in this one don't even think about being armored. Mostly because even the weakest enemies are actually more than capable of slicing you apart, and it doesn't matter how thick or strong armor you should be wearing, as in real life, having thick plates of metal, sturdy helmet, and all that with a strong shield. Oh, actually not. Shield that is not armor. It's a weapon tool of active defending yourself instead of being a piece of armor. Although it might be, you might think it's something as a piece of armor, just something that you have to carry. And of course, if there is no full plate or other crafted armors available, use of shield is actually even more important than ever. The less armor that you have, the more important it is to carry a shield and use it well. And these guys carry this big hacksaw, and it is just as body-rippingly dangerous as it might look like. So time to take a bit of a rest on this bonfire, just because I need a set checkpoint. And of course, resting on a bonfire brings all the enemies back, and unlike Dark Souls 2 and like Dark Souls 1, they keep spawning indefinitely, meaning there's also no bonfire aesthetics which allow you to stash wooden chests and and bring forth enemies again in stronger form, including bosses. There's none of that. Bonfire aesthetics don't appear in this game, which is well, it's in a sense quite reasonable choice of development, but there was those spices, skeptics and simpletons, which were actually quite good, interesting way of gameplay. And there's some sort of big bastard shooting gigantic arrows. I guess it's with... Oh yeah, there he is. Yep, he's big, and he's got a big bow as well. Of course, knowing that if somebody would be a giant, you would arm the giant with some weapon which would emphasize giants' strengths, which is to say big reach and long arms, meaning some sort of sling. You don't want giants just to stomp around enemies and bash them with all kinds of, or at least depends on how smart the giants would be. If they would be just so stupid that they can't even shit, can't even stop, won't even stop to shit on some other place, or yeah, there is actually one of the many bonus bosses of this game. That tree monster. There's actually a good, and you do have reason to go and fight against that thing, but it's not now. It's much later thing to do. But generally, the Undead Settlement is this similar place to Undead Burg of Dark Souls 1. Of course, architecture is much more open. It is not a shoddily crafted, coupled together city. It's much more of a countryside settlement with, well, I can't see any. Well, of course, knowing that the undead do not get children, so there's probably would not be. And I also think that these undead also don't die of any sort of disease, so some sort of healthcare systems are completely useless. They become redundant like right away. No need for hospitals, no need for kindergartens, no need for anything, and no need for schools, or at least schools meant for primary education, or however you want to call it. That's schools where you learn the basic math, reading, writing, and some basic science, and hopefully some how you actually could use that knowledge, which is to say basic knowledge of world, all handy things themselves. So there's no need for that, because there's no children. There's no need to educate children. And knowing that the grown-ups, or those who are undead probably, being immortal, they have lots of time to learn all kinds of things. So you can, in a certain sense, society of immortals, which would imply also society without any kind of children, would be quite different from society we humans would actually, in a sense, manage to identify. But of course, knowing that these are undead, meaning hollow undead, meaning they will eventually become, well, at least the story tells that they eventually become insane, which probably means insanely depressed or violent or something long-term mental derangements, probably, because I'd say that in Dark Souls, immortality or the undead curse is not natural state of things. It has become, it became later with the dark sign, which I now actually do carry. And like in every Dark Souls, one enemy, not too bad. Too bad, especially when with this Dark Souls 2 style, much smarter AI who knows actually how to make use of something like a staggered approaching and all that, those kind of things. You don't really want to get to a fight with more than one enemy at a time. At least when it's these kind of big guys who don't kill over so easily, which are practically impossible to get stun locked or anything like that. So time to go this way still anyways. Rats! I remember right, this is the only place, actually no, this is not the only place of the game where you actually encounter rats as enemies. Well, this is some sort of sewer place. But, if I remember right, that is the only giant rat of this game. They do, in From Software, do like to throw these unique boss monstrosities or unique monstrosities around. And back at this bonfire. Time to go for get back and go and cross that bridge and see what's at the other side of it. Or better say, not see what's on the other side, just go to the other side of it. And hopefully not get killed by whatever horror there lurks. And as in Dark Souls you can easily say there is no friendly reception anywhere. Any place you might go, there is nobody friendly there. Anyone is horrifyingly violent and
if like the others you're fool enough to play the champion, then go on ahead. Traipse right past the abandoned church.
I guess that's the place.
Hopeless. The whole lot of you. Like little moths flittering towards a flame.
So you also you become quite dour and unfriendly. Trying to open these doors. But I still wonder, why are they still left these kind of religious buildings and structures? Oh, the lift is rising up by itself. What's coming up? Oh, look at that. The friendly onion knight guy. And he looks funny.
Pardon me, I was absorbed in thought.
Well, it's not hard knowing that you were that kind of silly. Oh.
To be honest, I'm in a bit of a pickle.
Oh yes, I know.
Have you ever walked near a white birch only to be struck by a great arrow?
Well, I was
Well, if I'm not mistaken, they come from this tower.
Oh yeah, I know there's
Whoever
a big giant shooting
I'm sure I
them.
can talk some sense into them.
Alright.
But I have to find a way up. And that's just the trouble. This lift only goes down, you see, and...
Oh, well.
Well, that doesn't get me anywhere.
Well, if that lift goes down, well, I am going down. Actually, this is a bit of a puzzle of spatial understandings. As in that lift has 2 floors, meaning that there's upper and lower lift. And that thing over there is not friendly, and it is unique, and it is dangerous as fucking hell, and it's fast, and it related. As you could see, that's how fast enemies in Dark Souls 3 are. You just don't know where it is, and then just boom! It's like it's fast as a lightning coming at you. And luckily that sword attack seemed to have a bit... Oh, I was wrong. But luckily that thing is just so stupid that that I can just manage to get some sucker punches at that. Oh shit, now I got frostbitten. Frostbitten is a new state of effect in this game, and it quite much does what every status effect does in this game, which is to say, it give you a big chunk of damage once the meter is full. Poisoned and toxic are not that kind of way, but yeah, you must have come from Boreal Valley like Ward, and now I killed you. Ihithul straight sword. Well, you were a nasty case, and I had no intention to fight you fair. And there's an ember. Probably somebody lost his path, lost his way getting here. Oh, it's time to go on. And I guess I have arrived to some sort of bog-like place. So time to open the bonfire. And actually I'm gonna go straight ahead to go to climb the tower just to see how it happened, actually just to show the solution to this. But that Sigurd is a, well, every Dark Souls game, at least Dark Souls 1 and 2 had some sort of onion dude. Actually I can't remember what was in Dark Souls 2. Well, there still is need for that sort of fat jolly onion dude. And let's drop down this lift and notice that once that goes down, the other lift also comes down, and with it I can now go up. And there he was again. I guess he figured it out as well. Well, now I'm up here. There's a soul, but I do wonder how do these souls objects appear? Is it something like probably they were they just wandered around, keeled over, and got so bored and depressed that they just remained there, and their bodies just eventually rotted away, and their souls just remained there to be picked, or something like that. Hard to say, but there's a big guy.
Who are you?
Well,
I help anytime.
well, that was easy.
I help anytime.
Well, you don't sound too smart, but well, thanks. If you are now peaceful with me and not shoot any big arrows at me, that's actually a good deal. Oh damn! Wrong way. I should have been this direction to jump down. Oh, yep. But the lift was quite fast. But now I am here. Oh, and there is the fat guy again. You are still amused.
Oh, don't disappear like that. You had me downright worried.
Well, I just went down.
Thanks to you, an epiphany has struck me square in the head.
So you got an idea?
I've unraveled the riddle of this inscrutable lift.
Oh, yes, you did. Well, I'm glad that you, even small joys
Some
are...
days I begin to doubt myself.
Well,
I went up the tower, so I thought, then somehow ended up here.
well, you
I'm
didn't...
Not exactly sure what happened.
Well, maybe because you have that kind of
Anyhow,
helmet you can't even
Do
see.
you see that? That
Yep.
humongous beast.
Indeed.
I'm no coward and I've a steady hand, but that thing makes my skin crawl.
Good. It's
How
big.
now? Think twice before you go down that road.
So what's that road?
I could try talking some sense into him. No, I think not. He's far too overheated.
Oh yeah, he looks quite fiery.
Got to you.
So you want to use your head? Well, Well, I'm gonna use my method, which is to say, just stay far and pepper them full of arrows.
You should have waited. Well, it's too late now. I, Siegward of the Knights of Katarina, fight by your side.
Oh, and it breathes fire. And just like that Siegward dude is hitting it really hard. And that thing isn't too friendly. And it really wants to chop me up. Did he go down? Yep, he did. So let's have a chat more.
That was quite a performance.
Yes, indeed.
But you mustn't get in over your head. We unkindled must put our duties first. But, for the moment, we've a toast to make.
Oh yeah.
To your valor, my sword, and our victory together.
Well, you are happy.
Well, I'm going to have myself a little nap. The only thing to do, really, after a nice toast.
Oh yeah, you eat a meal and then you sleep. And he fell asleep like someone had struck him to the head with a log. Well, I guess it's time to get out of this place and head back to the Road of Sacrifices and see where that place leads. Probably to hell. Time to go. Let's see the Road of Sacrifices. And it's one of these kind of little moving paths of quite purposelessness. And up here it's very calm and strewn with dead bodies of some sort of bird folks. There were similar things in Dark Souls 1 in that so good bonus stage of painted world, and also in Dark Souls 2 there were a few places where there were that kind of bird people, but I guess they are here again. They don't look too dangerous. But who are those two? They don't seem to be particularly hostile. Time to still first light the bonfire to be a checkpoint. Oh, you have a rough voice. Well, let's have a chat with this.
How do you do?
A woman wearing an armor.
I'm Henry of Astora, unkindled like you.
And
this is Horace.
When you know that kind of armor somebody has, you really can't see are they men or women.
We are well along the Road of Sacrifices. Below us is the Crucifixion Woods.
Well, that's a nice place name.
Beyond the flooded woods lies Farron Keep, home of the Undead Legion. Further yet is the Cathedral of the Deep.
Well, that sounds really important.
The cathedral, home of the Grim Aldrich.
So, and he is one of the lords of Cinder.
We are both seekers of lords. The next time we cross paths, one may find the other in a time of need. May the flames guide your way.
Oh yeah, follow the chaos.
Oh yes, Horace. He's not very talkative.
Yeah, but he's got an impressive looking armor.
He's an upstanding, kind-hearted knight, a fine partner for this grueling journey.
Well, that's good.
Without his help, I would have cursed this onerous duty long ago.
Yeah, it's a top one.
The road of beyond the
all right. And time to rest at this bonfire. do some leveling up and all that kind of thing. Not so interesting. I'll be here soon to you.